Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Sean Dyche has spoken today to the press, and obviously one of the big talking points is still the ongoing points deduction saga. The Everton Fan Advisory Board has slammed the Premier League over the lingering uncertainty of the points deduction and the takeover of 777, or certainly why it hasn't been done yet. And this just seems to be the only story in town at the moment, as fans get more and more anxious of the situation. Before we hear from Sean Dyche on that, David Ornstein, obviously reporter from The Athletic, has said, as far as I know, there is no news and nothing has been relayed to the club yet. The expected timescale has always been the end of February. Clearly, the speculation is not helpful to anyone. And the quicker there is clarity, the better for the clubs involved and the Premier League as a whole. As I said, that's from David Ornstein. And there has been a lot of rumours in the last week or so. Sky Sports on Sunday said that Everton was set to hear in the next 24 hours, 48 hours. And a lot of fans thought that we'd hear probably after the Crystal Palace game, Tuesday at the latest, of what the situation is on the appeal. But we haven't, and it's the whole thing has turned into a farce. It's turned into a farce that we weren't given a date in the first place of when it would be sorted, and it's even more a farce when media, respected media in this country, starts just putting out dates like they know and they clearly don't. David Ornstein, who did know last time, it seemed, certainly had been briefed the day before, saying that he doesn't know this. So certainly it doesn't seem like it's going to be till next week. But let's hear from Sean Dyche on his thoughts on the appeal.
No, we haven't got a clue, or I certainly haven't at the moment. The guidelines that you suggest and we suggest have been around about the end of the month, so we'll just have to wait and see.
There you go. Short and sweet. He knows nothing. Like Jon Snow. He knows absolutely nothing on it. And again, that's where we are with this situation. As I said, it's farcical that, football, not only Everton, but other football clubs. The Premier League tweeted out before about the league table, about knowing, where your club is in the table. Well, for teams 12 and below, those teams don't know where their team are, because of Everton's point deduction and the possibility of Nottingham Forest getting a point deduction. None of those teams know where they actually are in the league as it stands. And it's become an absolute farce. And the sooner we hear about it, the better. Sean Dyche was also asked for an update on 777.
I don't know any more on that. I've told you I've had one brief meeting and that's it. It's certainly not in my hands. It's way in the hands of the powers that be, checking all their due diligence. I don't think that's changed. I think that's an ongoing process as far as I know.
Because of those two situations.
See, this is another one for me, which is, again, farcical. That, this has been happening now since September, is it? And we've talked about it nearly every day on this channel since. And it is boring. It's boring to talk about. And the fact that we don't know yet is crazy. Because all we want is clarity, whether you want 777 to take over or you don't. All we want is clarity. And I'm sure that's all the manager wants as well. And it's just an absolute farce at the moment. Sean Dyche was asked, if either of the situations had effect on the team.
I think I don't know all the legalities of appeals and all that, of course, but I think it's in everyone's interest. Firstly, our own, of course, but I think the greater good of football. I think everyone's wondering. They were all scratching their heads on the first one, so they're all sort of saying, well, when is it going to come to a close? And during that period, of course, you still look at a league table that they adjusted immediately and took 10 points away, but we don't know where that 10 points is fact still. So, therefore it would be helpful if it's sooner rather than later. But as I said, I don't know how the legal process, the timescales and why it takes so long. So we'll just have to wait and see.
There you go. There are the thoughts of Sean Dyche. And we heard James Garner as well, didn't we, in this week, saying that it did have an effect. And, we've had Alan Stubbs in the studio this week, and he said, of course, it would have an effect on you. And football is a human. So we just want to get back to talking about football. what's actually happening rather than what might be happening. Sean Dyche was asked about the injury situation ahead of the game against Brighton on Saturday. He said Seamus Coleman is back in the fold. He said he was a little bit groggy, but is back after a bit of illness. Vitaly Michalenko had a knock, but he thinks he should be okay. And most importantly, Decore came through Monday night's game with Crystal Palace unscathed. And obviously, last time he had an injury, he was back for one game and then out again. So that's great news that he's back. He's been a massive reason why our away form's been a lot better this season. So it's good that he's back. Dan Juma and Andre Gomez, nowhere really near being back yet, so they're definitely out, and no one even asks about Dele anymore, let's be honest. No one can be bothered asking anymore because it doesn't look like he'll ever play for Everton again. So there you go, they're all the standout takeaways from today's press conference with Sean Dyche. So hopefully we'll get news soon. But as I said there, Alan Stubbs' interview is available now over on our sister channel, More Than a Game. Go and check that out. Fantastic insights into his time at Everton and his career as a whole. So make sure you go and check that out. The link is in the description. And we've got an interview with Trevor Steven on here today as well. So make sure you give that a watch as well. Make sure you give this video a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. We want more great videos, daily, live, exclusive videos. Join us over on Toffee TV Premier. The link is in the description. QR codes come on the screen now. See you later.